Hello, friends, and welcome. Thank you for joining me today for some Vanstra PC Software Incorporated. My name is Sean. When we left off, it was December of 1988, and boy, I did a lot of stuff in between episodes. I really put a lot of time into this game. I'm having so much fun, so I'm not complaining, but it's crazy how much micromanagement this game requires. All right, so for starters, I rearranged our support teams. I basically set it up to where every support item now just has 3 specific teams around the clock, so there's only going to be one team working on it at a time. I don't know if that's going to help out with support or not, but I did go ahead and do that. I also lined them up in this in order of number of items queued. I think Joshua, you mentioned that I should clear out anybody that doesn't have enough users, and that was a good point. But even and so I did. I cleared out basically anything that has less than 100 users. But like a lot of these still have hundreds of thousands of users, if not even more. Um, but another thing that came up, and I noticed this in my offline game, is stuff like this, where we keep getting these, and that doesn't really tell you the proper employee. But what's happening is that and I kept wondering why we couldn't get any higher than like 8.5 and why our art was always suffering. And that's because the leaders on these teams have no art skills, but they're still putting in art. So basically, we're going to have to go through and train every single programming leader to be an art to have art skills, and that's going to take a year for every leader. Um, it's actually going to take even longer because I'm not really going to go through and do all the effort to do that while you guys are watching. I'll do it mostly between episodes. So it's going to take several years for us to get through and get everybody trained up. But what I did is I changed up our little our naming standard here. So the ones with the percentage symbol, that means that the leader is not being trained, and these should still be active teams. The ones with the question mark means that the leader is being trained and that I should not use those teams. So that way, and then of course CH, that doesn't even have a leader. So we need to find a leader for that team. Actually, let's go ahead and take a look over here at COO. We probably have some people that are already trained up on being a leader, like Opal. No, you don't have the right temperament for it. Marsha. And one thing I mentioned in the comments, somebody asked what the long-term goals for this game were. And, obviously long-term goals just last as long as we can. But as you can see, we're already getting a little bit of performance slowdown with this. Nothing too bad, but we only have 1,000 employees. So what is it going to be like when we have 2,000 employees or 2,500? That may end up being the end of the game for us. But otherwise, if you guys keep watching and I keep having fun, we've got 22 more years worth of playing here. I would guess that would get us to about 200 episodes of this series, which would be insane. But, why not? We're having a good time, right? Of course, it always could upgrade to like Alpha 10 in that time and kill the game. That's always a possibility, too. So let's, Ehrlich here. Ehrlich is well trained up in all of those tasks. Let's move him over to CH. And we will put the leader in training note on this one, and we'll get we'll get that fellow, whatever his name was, Eric. We'll get Eric trained up here for starters to be a leader. Designate him as a leader. There we go. Great. All right. So now all of our coding teams have leads set up for them, and then we're gonna have to do a lot of rearranging. Like I said, I'll take care of most of that in between episodes, so you guys don't have to sit and watch all that stuff. Let's focus on letting time go by. It is December. We don't have any releases for quite a while. Actually, I'm gonna. Because Fi doesn't have a release date, but it does actually have a release date set up in the thing. And another thing I need to check. So we are working towards taking over iHeart Studio because they have those patents that we want to buy out. We need about $260 million for that, so it'll take us a couple of days to get up to that point. That is another goal that we have here. And we should have some stuff in design as well, right? So we'll want to set that into development tomorrow. We were at 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock. It is December. Over here, this is for the support team that I'll designate for each of the different products. Let's take a look at our teams here. Now, if we go by work and then we scroll down, so we can see that 1, 5, and 6 don't have enough support. And then you can actually probably should shift support from 4 to 1, 1, 5, and 6, right? All right, let's tidy that up real quick. So one of these guys that's on support 4, there we go. You know what? I'm going to leave them like there. We'll not worry about that. But what I am going to do is put on here, and then we'll do 1, 5, and 6. So that way I know which support teams to assign it to, so I don't have to fiddle around and do that every time. So this is more for my internal thing. I also changed around the press release, press build schedule. I feel like I'm getting better on my offline game. I felt like I was getting better results using this strategy for the promotion of the software. So we're going to give that a shot. And that's a work in progress. So it's December now. Project Jupiter is going to get a press release. That's that right there. Spaceman 2 is going to go into beta. Spaceman 2, promote. Yes. Spaceman 2 has the CB team on it. CB, let's get those artists back over into the artist pool, which I guess is down here. There we go. And review for Townville 3. Review for Townville 3. Oh, and also we have Z-Layer and door 12 are actually in, well, there's door 12. Oh, that's right. I didn't have it scrolled over all the way. All right, so a review for Townville 3. Review, outsource. And another thing that was slowing down our research is our automatic training. So like I somehow got the game to like highly train all of our support teams. So a lot of our support teams were in training. But I think it's more that we just didn't have enough. I did hire a few more support people as well. But hopefully like specializing each of them on their tasks, hopefully that'll help. So we're at 7.3 on Townville 3. So if we go January, February, we put you in March, that means April, May, June, July, August, September. Nope, August, September, October, November. So we'll have a November release date for Townville 3. I don't know what support team it's going to use. I'll worry about that later. So Townville 3, market, press, let's hype it up first. And then we go market, release date, November, and it's 98, so November of 99. Okay. Yes. I can show the marketing stuff again. That's a hype, so we'll scroll it down here into the nowhere land. That's good enough. So training up our leaders to be art people is really going to slow down our overall production. So we're going to have a couple of years where we're not producing as many things and stuff. But that, I think that will really help. Between that and increasing our time spent in beta, I think that's going to help us out with our support. But as you can see, we are really falling behind on support. And the changes that I made didn't really seem to help so much. Because now, I mean, look at these things. They're getting up into the 500s. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not good. Probably ought to hire some more support people. Oh, we're never going to be able to research this thing in time. It's not going to stop me from trying though. All right, COO, DOO, and no support teams. Let's actually just do that. COO. DOO. Very good, okay. Are any of these guys getting caught up? Not really. At least these ones are. They're down to 0. That's nice. So some of these are on 2s. I'm going to shift them all down to 1s. We should kind of have everything on an equal priority at this point. Even you shoot 2, bang, bang. Damn, look at they're all just increasing and increasing and increasing. That one, oh no, this one's going down. Weird. Some of these teams are better than others. Huh. Definitely doesn't feel like it's any more effective than it was before. Coast 2 Simulator is moving up the ranks here. So is Ecstatic. Ah, dang. That was doing so well, too. Alright, well, we're not just going to sit here and obsess on those things. This thing may be getting overdeveloped or overdesigned. I hope not. There's the, nope, there we go. Good. It's a positive direction. Not that we have anybody to work on it. Develop, assign, none. Okay. That we can release. How are our ports coming along? Because we get all these ports done, I'm gonna be able to move this COO team onto support as well. Maybe they can help out with that. But we've got a lot of porting to do, so it's gonna take a while. Doesn't seem very likely that we're gonna manage to research this, but we just have the idle teams working on it, so. Support, it's hard to tell. It seems like support might actually be moving in the proper direction now. Alright, 1800. It is January. Spaceman 2 gets a press release, and that's it. So a pretty easy month for us. Spaceman 2. Wow, wait a minute. Oh, okay, it's his first press release. So market, press release. Okay. You should have 24 teams working on that, but that's all right. Not a problem. It's very cloudy up here. How do I get this to where I can look at all of our buildings and not have it be cloudy? Really have to zoom, pull back on the camera. Oh, I can only pull back so far, so I guess that's as far back as... this would make more sense if you guys knew which keys I was holding down and all that stuff. All right. It's the end of the day. We have 200. Oh, you know what? We didn't check. Oof, let's check this real quick before the day ends. Just got to make sure we check this every day. Z layer 4. Wow. No, wait a minute. There we go. That makes more sense. I was like, how did Z layer 4 outsell Z layer 5 last month? All right, lots of copies of those things, but we could use more Shoot 2, Bang 2. Very popular game despite all the bugs. Even the return rate isn't so bad despite the unfixable bugs in there. Plenty of copies of everything else, and then yeah, we're down to low selling items that I don't really need to worry about. Cool. Okay, good. We're safe to go into February. Oh, you know what? Before we do that though, let's any new companies we can try to take over. Nope. All right. Always good to check up on those. No new companies this month. All right. Check our on hands. Go ahead and order some more race drives. Everything else looks good. We got the item that was being designed out of being designed, so that's just fine. Let's look at our design teams because they're all inactive. I don't think we have anything in design right now, so that means we want to. You know what? I think I'm going to leave these as they are. Design D is not as cohesive as these other teams, so I'm going to go ahead and break it up. I wonder why that is. Who knows? But there's no point in holding this one together. But these teams that have 200 and 300% cohesiveness, that'd be silly to break them up. So we'll just we'll try to leave our solid teams together. This team doesn't even have a leader. Do you have anybody that's suitable for leading on this one? Like nobody that's trained to be a leader already. Well, let's throw them all back into the pool, and then what we can do is we can look at the pool and try to pick some leaders out of that. Yeah. Oh, hey, there's me. Back into the pool, me. As a matter of fact, I probably shouldn't be sitting in the design pool where my talents are kind of wasted. Why don't you go into the why don't you switch to being a programmer and then go into the programming pool. Where you can just sit and you'll be useful for this research and all the other research too. Let's get that Spaceman press release out. Now that was the first press release, right? So we've already got 100,000 followers, which is crazy town. Because Phi gets released in April, if I remember right. So this long delay in our development is going to have a cascading problem because we're going to get kind of way behind on like technology and stuff. But look at this. We have all these missed. That is really hurting our company's reputation. That's going to have really long-term effects on us. Our support teams are at 20 people, but I feel like we have it. I've got things all crazy as far as this is concerned. Who are you and what are you doing in there? Okay. Our maximum meeting size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 29. I guess I could just redesign larger meeting rooms. It's not like they're set in stone. But the problem is that we have so many of them. I guess I could just merge them on the support floors, and then like double up on the desks within these rooms or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna have to figure something out though, because the steps that I've taken so far, we're just falling so behind on support. It is not good for our company's reputation. or just like good for our company overall. We'll be able to build it back and everything, but it's got to be hurting our sales. All right, so we're trying to buy Patton iHard, and it looks like we almost have enough money. We'll be able to do that up next month. So let's zoom through this month. Got a lot of fans, 76 million fans. It's crazy. And I like all these people working. Yeah, real shame that just a real shame that we can't keep up with support. These guys are all on vacation. Bad random team to pick to look at. All right, we're at 1600, and now we're coming up 1700 and 1800. All right, so it is February. Feb. Not a whole lot going on. A press build for Spaceman 2. Spaceman 2, market, press build. Okay. So, like I said, I believe last month we had 0 followers on Spaceman 2. We have 150,000 at the end of this month, and then we'll get that press build out, and that should give us another boost. Unfortunately, the second press build never really seems to do much. Like, I think it keeps the accumulation going, but it doesn't like give us a huge boost like the other ones did. Okay, well that's too bad. All right, the rest of that stuff is fine. So that gave us a boost of, we're at what, 160, so it gave us like 50,000 more followers, but it definitely should increase the speed of gaining followers as well. And we have enough money to take over iHeart Studios, so let's go ahead and do that. And then we will buy out whatever studio that got that research before we did. All right, have we completed the research for, or have we completed the ports on these ports yet? No, we still have quite a few to do. So let's pick one of these that's really low priority and move it up top so I can keep an eye on it. Don't need to have it paused while we do this though. Wow. And we've got some of these lower level ones are getting more. Oh, we sort of are getting a little caught up on. There you go. Look at Kingdom Craft 2 is up to 1,000 queued up bugs, and it was pretty low on our list. On the other hand, Z-Layer is really getting caught up. So this may be a reflection of, it could just be that these teams are overworked, or it could be a reflection of the quality of those teams. So I will take a better look at who was doing what in between episodes, and basically go through and probably reassign all of the teams for these support jobs, and then I'll make sure that we're training up our leaders and stuff, and also hire some more people for all the teams. And it takes so much time. I'm easily going to spend an hour doing that stuff in between episodes. But I don't mind, because we're having fun, and hopefully once I get it set up, I won't have to keep going through and doing it like every episode or anything. So many followers. Look at that. Jeez, it just keeps gaining followers. I love it. Project Jupiter is slowly losing followers, but I feel like it has a... oh, really? What's your problem, Kendrick? You have no reason to be upset. You just got back from a class even. Kendrick Bennett. Actually, you should be highlighted, huh? Nope, you're not. Kendrick Bennett. Job satisfaction is low. Well, you want a raise. Well, that's fine. I can give you a raise. Your social is super low too. That's weird. There we go. Your request is $34. You want more than that. You want like $3,000 more or something like that. I'll bump you up to that. See how you feel about that. Does that change your thing immediately? Not really. 28.41. I don't know how much money I gave you. I don't know. We'll find out. Oh, wow. He's at... No, that's got to be 52.71, not 5,271%. Oh, his new salary isn't reflected in this yet either, is it? So maybe it won't show up until the end of the day. But I feel like I gave him pretty close to what he wanted. $16, $17, $18. All right, it's that time of day. For the month of March, we have, oh good, we have a review. That's exciting. Z-Layer 6, and we have Townville 3 going into beta. Z-Layer 6 gets a review. So Townville 3, promote, yes. Get those artists out of there on CE. CE. Go into D00. Boom. I say boom. There we are. And shit, what was the other one? Z-Layer 6. Review. Outsource. Bye. Goodbye. Speed it up a little bit. Slow it down a little bit. 4.9, not a bad start. 4.9. Come back to you in the depths of Augie Doggy. We are now into April. Going to be a little bit to do next month. Shut you down. Did we finish up that port? Looks like we did. Great. So let's start assigning our CO team to helping out with some of these support tasks. Not that they're going to do us any good right now because they're all asleep, but I'm going to go ahead and call that the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching today. If you enjoyed this video, I would love to hear from you down in the comment section. Just as a reminder, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Look in the video description below for details. This week and hopefully for a little while yet, I will be streaming Software Incorporated on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, midnight UTC, I guess, GMT, whatever you guys call it. So check that out. Anyways, thank you so much for subscribing. I do really appreciate it, and I'll see you here again real soon with the next episode. Bye.